Hey guys, welcome back to Gyros Technology Solutions. So I'm a little congested. I apologize if I cough in the mic or something like that. I'm gonna try not to. But long story short is, I was speaking to a military buddy of mine about maybe a month or so ago, and he was telling me about this tool. And for those that don't know, blue teaming is very important. Not everybody knows what blue teaming is. Not everybody knows what red teaming is, and certainly a lot of people don't know what purple teaming is. But anyway. So, to give an example, blue teaming is doing things to help defend your network, and red teaming is doing things to break into a network. And I'm not going to get into that on this video because I want to make sure that I get the point across from a technical perspective. But blue teaming. So basically, you're doing everything you can to harden your systems. You're doing vulnerability scans. You're making sure patches are installed that if something came out for a piece of like a vulnerability or a CVE came out for a piece of software, you want to make sure that you know that so that you can patch those things. And then you also want to have your logging set up in case something bad happens, and you can track, go back and track and see what led up to that, so on and so forth. So what my buddy was pointing out to me was this piece of software called Lynis, and it's essentially a Linux-based hardening software that it will scan your PC and it will show you things that you can do to help harden it so that people can't or nefarious actors can't use it against you on that system. And I'm gonna pop down this right quick and show it to you. So credit going to csofy.com. This is where you pull it down from, and I'll go ahead and throw this in the comments or in the description below. But this is where I come to get this stuff, and all I did was go ahead and put it into a notepad, and then I just put and. I mean, really, realistically, I could make this a script, but I just wanted to show it to you. So let's walk through this really fast, and I'm actually going to implement it, and then that way we can see what's going on. So I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You're downloading the key, and then you're coming down here and you're adding. If you don't already have the apt transport HTTPS installed, make sure you install that. Most of the time, that's already installed. And then you can go ahead and grab this too. This is basically saying, hey, don't download a bunch of languages. We just want English, in our case, or for the case of this video, I'll say. And then you also want to add the repository for the Linus software to download it. And then of course you want to go ahead and update your app repository so that you can pull it down. And then lastly, you want to run the actual install so that way it does right. And then of course after you do the install, then you can go ahead and do like man Linus, and then it will show you all the options that you can use to do things. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and install it and run it and see what we got. And I'm actually going to go ahead and do this line by line just so y'all can see, even though I could technically paste the whole thing in there. Go ahead and grab that guy, and it's going to execute. And then we're going to go ahead and grab, I really don't need to run this, but I'm going to just for this video. Alright, good to go. See, already installing the newest version. That's good. Got that guy. And we're going to go ahead and grab this echo command. Alright, got that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and chain this right here. Why not, right? Alright. And I did not put attack Y on that, so I'm going to have to answer yes, probably. If this takes a minute, feel free to skip ahead in the video to get to the next point. Uh-oh, we're having resolution errors. Oh, and you know what? I know exactly why. Alright, so fun troubleshooting step. Let's go look at our nano resolve. I think I pointed to my free IPA, which I'm going to do another video on at some point. But let's go ahead and fix that real quick. Yeah, nope, nope. Interesting. Let's go ahead and point it to my actual firewall. There we go. All right, so did the app get update, if I can talk correctly, and then we're installing Linus. So that's a pretty quick up. I mean, pretty quick install. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. For all you Linux people out there, I know I'm spending way too much time on this, but bear with me. All right, so then we're going to go ahead and do the man Linus. I know I have the Linus audit system right there. I'm going to go to man Linus just to show you the different options here. So the command is audit or upload only. I haven't explored this. I have explored the audit a little bit. And then you can do scan types. Go ahead and scroll down the arrow keys. And then you have different options down there that you can do. But we're just taking a quick peek at this, and then we're going to move on to actually running it. So you can see there's a lot of different options here that you can look into, and I'll probably explore these more a little bit later. Alright, I'm going to quit that. So now we're going to go and do the actual Linus. Come on, Dylan, type. There we go. Audit system. Alright, and then we're going to hit that. And this is going to take a moment to scan, but this is going to go through the entire operating system and scan everything and see what's going on in there. And I'm sure I haven't done anything with this box aside from load Elasticsearch onto it. So we're going to see how it comes out. And again, feel free to skip ahead to whenever this scan is done, because I'm going to go back and look at some of it in a minute. Hey guys, so that scan finished a minute ago that I was working on. I had to pause the video, but I'm going to add this into it. But yeah, so this thing gave us actually a good bit of information. And for those that have never done any kind of hardening or or blue teaming or what have you, this is I would venture to say this is a great place to at least start. There's all kinds of resources out there that you can use to help out. You have NIST and CMMC and system hardening comes into play with that. But this is a great tool for doing this stuff. Well, one of the first things that jumped out to me whenever I did this scan on another server was all the SSH stuff. I just I don't know if people realize all the things that can be done to SSH because in the default state it has all this stuff that got hit or that popped up whenever you did the scan. So I would venture to say you only do everything in here. Some of it's probably a little benign, but I would absolutely say if there's something here that sticks out to you and you can do a scan on your server or PC, Linux-based PC, then I would say fix it. For example, like the I just saw it. the X11 forwarding. So you don't if this server doesn't need to be pivoted off of, then you need to disable the forwarding. We don't want to do that. Just as an example. But again, download it. I would go through it and see what you got on yours. There's more in here. There's file permissions. There's a suggestion for the @deny. There's a suggestion for the SSH config, and so on and so forth. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching the video. If you have any comments, please by all means comment below. If you have any questions, please ask them, and I'm happy to answer them the best I can. I always say that if I don't have the answer, then I will go look it up and find it and see what I can do about it. But anyway, guys, please share the video, like it, comment on it, and y'all have a good day. Thanks.